Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today this video I am filming right now outside of Palermo, Sicily, off Highway A29, next to the memorial of Magistrate Falcone, who was killed by the mafia, actually the boss of bosses, by Toto Raina, who was supposed to be and considered the most terrorizing mafia in this part of Italy. So this highway bombing incident which took place just behind me was back in May of 1992, almost 30 plus years back. And that incident marked the decline of the mafia and the start of the anti-mafia movement. We need to understand the origins of the mafia, and for that I am headed to Corleone, which is a town just around an hour from here, where it is said the mafia originated from. And I am headed there in a car which is sort of a mafia spec BMW X6, and this looks pretty much battle ready. This is the LCI, mind you. And with the LCI treatment, I personally believe it's gotten a bit more menacing, and BMW has perfected the recipe of how it made the X6 stand out in the sea of SUVs. All right, time to go on a ride. So Corleone is a name which is most of us would be familiar with the Godfather series. So Corleone was a fictitious character, the Don Corleone, how you want to pronounce it. So this was inspired by the town of Corleone, which is sort of considered to be the origins of mafia. And by no means this video is trying to glorify the entire mafia culture. No. So as we are headed to Corleone, we have about an hour's drive. So let's talk about the car, shall we? This is the BMW X6 facelift, the 2025 model. And thankfully, it is the diesel, because I was really wanting and lusting to drive the 30D, which is the straight six, 6-cylinder diesel engine. Sort of the origins of B58 also. If you see and read about the B58 petrol 40i motor, you will see a lot of components are shared with the 6-cylinder diesels too. More than anything, this engine is an absolute cream, and it suits the personality of the X6, the way it looks, the way it rides, which right now I am in comfort. The dampers are doing a phenomenal job in making me feel insulated in whatever small little bumps the Sicilian roads may have on offer. Yeah, it's a heavy car, but it does brake pretty well. The interior, again, I prefer the iDrive 7, but this 8 and 8.5 upgrades are pretty much complicated. I really don't dislike them, but I prefer the iDrive 7 over these new iDrive systems for sure. As we are heading into Corleone, the heavens slightly opened up and it is a bit rainy, but the roads are fantastic. I am driving through one of the really scenic Sicilian countryside roads you can expect as we go into sport mode. It does stiffen things up. What a car to have. you're visiting Corleone. What a statement it will make while I enter the town of Corleone. So I've got two things lined up in Corleone. I will visit the Godfather's House. It's sort of a museum and supposedly a restaurant also. So let's see. And after that, I will also pay a visit to the Anti-Mafia Museum, which is in Corleone. So we just drove past a beautiful wall mural which depicted Corleone as the heart of a lion. And now we are heading towards the Godfather's house as soon as we get some parking. Alright, so I've just street parked the X6 here. Hope it's all safe to do so. This is the first time I'm street parking in Italy. Here it is. So we are starting off the tour with one of the rooms from the Godfather's house, and here we are. Oh, look at the kitchen. It holds probably the finest and the most fantastic view of Sicily. Oh, we do have some baby strollers. So the photos of probably the Mafia origins in the mid-1800s. All the names. It looks like a mayor. Corleone. So the Godfather's house happened to have a pretty much of a working restaurant, and this is their menu. Being a vegetarian, not much of options, but yeah. While I'm here, I've just ordered a drink, a lemon soda, and so let me just enjoy the soda at the Godfather's house, and I will see you in the Anti-Mafia Museum in a bit. Alright, so we are in, and this is our ticket for the Anti-Mafia Museum. So they don't have an English guide today, so we'll have to do a self-guided tour. Thankfully, there are some English translations available. So this is where we started our video from. This is that exact same tragedy where the memorials were built, and this was the 1992 bombing and targeted killing of Magistrate Falcone. And yes, this was the turning point for this mafia menace, and the anti-mafia movement started. So let's just summarize how the mafia operates. Principally, only 3 rules. Maintain secrecy, that is rule number 1. Being a ghostly figure always helped the mafia, being what they did and acting swiftly. At the same time being respected, but always being living in secrecy, which is a stark opposite of what we see in the movies of how the mafia operates. Principle number 2 is buying out the press, keeping the press quiet, and that requires a lot of money. So this really helped them maintain the principle number 1, which was to maintain secrecy. And finally, principle number 3 is silence the government. Buy out the government, again, just like you buy out the press. So this really helps mafia operate on a scale which was never possible in the mid 1800s, 1900s, till the late 1900s. Yeah. So these 3 principles kept the mafia and built the mafia business as a corporation, as organized crime business. If you think of it, a lot of corporates in India and the global corporates are operating in a similar way. Just the word mafia is not associated with them. But yeah, still the 3 principles are applying to them as well. And on that note, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.